Hello and good evening, and welcome to another edition of Up the Reds with me, Andy Canbay. So, in this one tonight, we play Brighton tomorrow, which is going to be a very, very tough game for us. Just getting on to Jurgen's press conference. I don't think Darwin Núñez is going to play by the sounds of things. I'll be really surprised. He said if he didn't train today, he wouldn't be involved. We can say that that's going to be a definite. I don't know why he just didn't say no, he's not going to be involved. Probably keeping Brighton on their toes of what setup we're going to play tomorrow. Millie's back. Just doesn't make any difference about Millie being back. He hasn't got the legs to play in midfield. Sakovic is back as well, the young lad, but he's not going to start. So let's go on to Jurgen's press conference. I think he lost it a few times in the press conference. I said he didn't lose it. I think he was just annoyed with the way the questions were being bounded about the transfer. He said in one breath, no, nothing else is going to be done in this transfer window. We're not going to solve the problems with a transfer window now with the issues that we have at the moment. We can all see that is midfield, and obviously we have now got another offensive player who is injured. So whatever Mo Salah takes, can we give it to the rest of the forwards, because he never seems to get injured or come off, very rarely. I mean, he plays tomorrow, he makes his 300th appearance for Liverpool. That's fantastic. If you look over the years that he's been with us, he's won everything. That's absolutely brilliant. I can't think of many games that he's missed. I can't even count in one hand how many games he's missed for us. So, yeah, whatever Mo Salah's having, can we please give him to the rest of the forwards, because he must have some magic Egyptian potion that defies getting injured, etc. So, yeah, it's going to be a very, very tough game against Brighton. Am I concerned? I've every reason to be concerned, especially after the performances of the last 2 or 3 games. We are way off the pace in certain parts of the pitch, and Brighton are on top of the game. I think they've scored 13, 14 goals in the last 3 or 4 games and only conceded about 3 or 4, if that. I'm not taking the Arsenal 4-2 game into consideration, and even at that game, they had 67% of the possession, but still ended up losing the game on the counter-attack. We haven't got a counter-attack in this squad of players at the moment. Jurgen was asked about a transfer. He lost it. He said to one journal, he said that I have to work with the players I have got. And obviously he says when you lose 4-5 offensive minded players, you are now then looking at younger players to bring in from the squad to fulfill those positions. I'm a bit concerned now of this now. It's I know we've got horrendous injury problems. Chelsea have got horrendous injury problems. Other teams have got injury problems, but they seem to be going out in the market and bringing players in. Ours are injury problems and no legs. And by that I mean we haven't got any legs in midfield to compete with teams that are coming to play us now. We're too easy to play against. We have been found out. We are trying to play a 4-3-3 in these games. when earlier on in the season in one of these I said that we should stick to 4-2-3-1 and ride the season out and make it into a transition season. Some people are saying, will we play 4-2-4? If we play that against Brighton, they'll murder us. They will absolutely annihilate us in the middle of the park, because our defence is not very good at the moment. We're allowing crosses in. We're allowing players to run across our centre halves and take the chances and bury them. So on that note, starting lineup, well, I could get a deck of cards with our players' names and throw them up in the air and see what lands on the floor. So here we go. Alisson in goals, Trent right back, Joel Matip and Ibu centre halves, Robbo left hand side. Now this is me picking a team going 4-2-3-1. I'd have 2 number 6s. I'd put Hendo because he's no legs, and I'd put Fab because he seems to be the only tackling. I know Thiago wins a lot of tackles for us, but I'm just thinking for this game here, 2 number 6s, Hendo and Fabinho. Just in front of them, I'd put Thiago in the middle. I'd put Oxlade-Chamberlain on the left-hand side. I'd put Mo on the right. And I would play Cody Gakpo down the middle. And that's the only thing I can think. And on the bench, you'd have, obviously, Joe Gomez, Nat Phillips, the normal Kia, the goalkeeper, Carvalho, Elliott, possibly Naby Keita, or for that matter, just talking about Naby, I'd probably put Naby in the middle where Thiago was, take Oxlade out and put Thiago on the left-hand side. And then have Mo on the right, and then Cody Gakpo in the centre. So I'd probably look at it doing it that way. But yeah, obviously the bench is going to be very, very young, inexperienced. Millie might be on there, but like I say, he's not going to give us anything. Jurgen said that he's got a game plan against Brighton. I'm not so sure that the players are going to adhere to the game plan for some reason. I'm a bit concerned how they're going to perform tomorrow after the last 2 or 3 games. I have to be honest, it is very concerning from a supporter's point of view, and especially from a tactical point of view. I'm struggling to think of a game that I really enjoyed. I mean, everybody talked about the Aston Villa game. Yeah, we had our moments in the Aston Villa game and we took them. But yeah, I mean, Brighton play with 2 6s and they play with 2 10s. They don't play with the centre forward. So we have to counter attack that. And that's the only way I can think that we could do it. If we played 4-3-3, we get absolutely mullered. Maybe it needs a game like that. If you remember the Stoke game, Stevie G's last game, Stoke beat us, was it 6-2 or something, and whatever. So yeah, I'm not despondent. It's just that this is a game that wouldn't surprise me if we got beat comfortably and outplayed comfortably as well for 90 minutes. I mean, I was at the home game against Brighton, and believe me, they were very good that day, and they're getting better and better. They're just below us in the table. They're in 8th, we're in 7th. Fulham beat Chelsea last night to go above us. So yeah, teams are grinding out results around us, apart from Chelsea, and we seem to be grinding out the odd results and then losing the game after that. But yeah, it's I don't know how to put it really. I don't want to write the season off, but in a way, it probably is written off. We're not going to make the top four unless something drastically happens, and that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen in the transfer market, transfer window. We've got players. If we were going to sign somebody, the player had to be hitting the ground running, like Luis Diaz did. But I think he was just of a South American sort of like attitude. Right, I'm in Liverpool now, and I'm in this team, so we play football, whatever. Yeah, Jurgen Klopp says that he's had a good training week with the boys, but again, whatever you do in training, if it doesn't go out onto the football pitch where there's 3 points involved, it's not all good. Right, okay, so let's talk about, obviously that's a 3 o'clock kickoff tomorrow. I'll be watching it somewhere, wherever we can. And just to let you know, tomorrow, other news, tomorrow is the mini derby. Our under-18s are at home against Everton, 11 o'clock kickoff. That's on LFC TV. Our under-21s are away to Manchester United. That's a 5 o'clock kickoff. Now, I don't know where that game's going to be played, if I'm honest. I'd be surprised if it's played at Carrington. I would imagine it'd be played somewhere else. I don't know which other stadia other than Old Trafford that the under-21s use. Our women, they play Manchester United on Sunday, 2:05 kickoff, and you can watch that game on BBC. So that's me, slightly despondent, slightly wary, really concerned about things that are going on and off the field now. Yeah, I just want to point out, so quiet from FSG. We still haven't heard anything from them. To the supporters, we're just hearing tidbits here and there. There's a large section of our support now gathering pace about getting FSG out. And should FSG sell? Yes, I think they should now. I think they've crossed this bridge once too often, and we've accepted their apologies and things that they've done in the past. But this time, I think they should sell, and I'm sure they'll have offers on the table that they should really start to seriously take note of. I've said in one of these previous ones that have we got to take the same money as Man City, PSG, and like? I'd have to say, yeah, we'll have to start changing our mindset as supporters of accepting that this could be the only way that we can stay competitive as we have been under Jurgen Klopp. And yeah, so I'd take the Saudi money. I know it's against all the principles that I hold, but I'm being honest and truthful now. We need to be doing something drastically. FSG have just signed a player for the Boston Sox, and give him a massive contract. So I'm hearing John Henry flew over from his holiday home in the Barbados or whatever to sanction that deal. I don't think anything's going to happen from now till the end of January, unless Jurgen says they get wind of something and they can act on it. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think Cody Gakpo is going to be the last one. I always like to be proved wrong by the club, but methinks that this is that's the only signing we're going to have, and then hopefully we can get our injured players back. By the end of this month, because the fixtures are going to be coming thick and fast. We can't afford to be playing like this between now and the end of the season. Otherwise, we need to be competitive, and we need to be competing in all games. As I say, they're coming thick and fast. I'm now beginning to get serious concerns about our performances off the pitch and on the pitch, and even, if I'm honest with you, on the training ground. So, a bit of a somber one. I've got my drink here. I've had a Chinese tonight, so I didn't know how to come across on here and not be too despondent, but it is what it is. Don't be surprised by the result tomorrow. I think this team has run its course now, and we need obviously major revamp, probably happen in the summer. We also need new owners. There you go. Cheers. Enjoy the rest of the evening. I'll do another one of these tomorrow at some point after the game. Have a boss evening. Up the Reds.